Let's go. Episode 18. This is the men's health episode where we teach you never to strap it up before you clap it up.
Yes.
Let me kick this off.
Sound advice.
And when I give you the movie of the day, you'll know exactly why. Boom.
Oh, it's a classic movie.
You seen that?
No, but it already looks classic.
Bro, it's exactly what you
Toothy
think it is.
condom on it.
It's exactly what you think it is. All right. Spoiler alert for those people that are going to watch this film.
It looks
starts
like
off-
that thing from Star Wars that
Oh,
comes
that's what
out
you're
of the
talking about.
hole.
The
Yeah. Because if you haven't seen Star Wars, you've seen it parodied at least.
Oh.
So, yeah, it looks like that, just in a condom.
So this film starts off outside the Hotel Quickie, which is basically like a
I
hotel.
wonder what
where
kind of
people-
hotel it is.
It could be anything, like I don't know. Then it's basically a hotel where people just go in to clap cheeks and keep it moving.
Thought it was really quiet there, so you can have a quick nap and then come out. That's what I assume.
It's the worst advertising ever. So at this point, yeah, it kicks off. This guy is the first victim. He's a professor that takes one of his students there. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna fail if you don't do this for me." Blah blah blah. He puts it on. What you expect happens. So
Yeah.
the detective comes into the play to research it because obviously no one believes this actual thing that just happened. Enter the detective, the most bait Italian. Do you see what I mean, bro?
That's like a combination of like an Italian dude with Mr. Smith from Matrix.
He's got the baitest Italian name you could ever get. Luigi Macaroni.
Oh no.
But anyway, yeah, he starts investigating. Turns out he runs onto one of his old colleagues from the force who's now switching up and, repping the community. And then obviously it turns out that he's also part of the community and they've clapped cheeks, but this guy's now obsessed with it. So what happens down the line is this guy starts to psychoanalyze him because he starts seeing his therapist. He goes, "Oh, most people are attracted to partners that remind them of their mum, bruv." Oh, that had me cracking up. And then obviously this whole thing progresses. The thing starts catching a ton of bodies. Then they're trying to figure out what's going on with it. So then eventually it gets out of hand and then it starts attacking people. So there's a governor that's running for president or whatever, senator, whatever.
Yeah.
He gets ambushed while he's in his bathtub by one of these things. They reported it to the police. It's come out to the media. They even got the sketch artists involved, blood. Bro, I saw that, I was cracking up. I did not expect that. Sketch artist. Here's the joke thing about it, yeah? If you look at it, it looks like my guy started to draw it and then erased it. Like, no, it doesn't look like Oh, that cracked me up. What transpires, right, is the reason that the old Fed is obsessed with the guy is because he's packing that Martin Luther King up in here, right? So when you see it, look at the shadow across his chest. That's from my guy, bro.
Oh my God.
So then, what happens is it turns out that the reason that they're doing it is the Hotel Quickie used to be a church and it was knocked down to replace the Hotel Quickie. So there was some crazy Christian lady that's now against it and thinks that they're going to be sinners. So they kidnap a Russian doctor called Dr. Smirnov,
Of course, yes.
to help make these genetically modified beings so they can be part of the judgment on all these sinners. Hence why they're going after the people in the community and people who clap cheeks at the Hotel Quickie.
Yeah.
Obviously, because this guy's packing the MLK, the doctor's onto him. So they had to produce an extra large one for him. And then, then she's holding him at gunpoint at the end. She's like, whip it out and then tries to lower the glass so the thing goes for it. Obviously, the thing makes an escape because his boy smacks it with a shovel and it just runs off. Then it attacks the other dude by accident. So you get this scene that happened. Bro. There was bare random moments with this film.
Are they proper like struggling? What
do you mean?
Is there like a scene where there's a struggle?
It's on his face, bro. Just going for it. the joke part about it is, yeah, there's like random bits here and there that are jokes about it, yeah. And there's a part in it where the guy basically is eavesdropping in the hotel, trying to figure out what's going on. They're spying on people with the cameras, trying to see if they can catch the killer involved. And then they're watching the guy, his old police officer, like hanging upside down. He goes, "Can you hit me?" He goes, "Hitting is extra $1 a hit. He goes, what if I want to use stuff? It's double that. You get a discount for any hits after 10. Like, who wrote this stuff? It just cracks me. Oh, this whole thing was just hilarious, bro. So there you go. Male advice for today: human health. Never wrap it up before you laugh it up.
Don't sue us. Not wrapping up may leave to babies. Don't sue us.
This channel is not responsible for your safety if you don't wrap it up. Oh, that's jokes, bro. All right, what you got for me? Hold on. We keep forgetting, so we might as well tell people to like, comment, subscribe. All right, what you got for me today? Weasel News.
This is the Delta Airlines flight from Atlanta to Georgia. The pilot makes a call saying he needs to make an emergency landing because of a biohazard issue related to the area going all the way through the plane.
Going all the way through the plane.
All the way. We've had a passenger with diarrhea all the way through the plane, so they want us to come back to Atlanta. Was that the passenger they wanted them to go back to Atlanta, or was it everyone else?
Wait, they had to turn back?
Yes.
How far in the journey were they?
300 passengers were on board.
That's jokes. So throughout the plane, pilots made the right decision to turn around. The crew ripped out the carpet. So what, this guy was sleeping everywhere.
What, was he just running through the plane going, "Ah!"
I'm not even gonna lie. I think he gambled and lost.
Way too much.
And
the person claimed to be their partner.
No,
was
I'm
on
not
the
claiming.
flight,
I don't know
so
you.
diarrhea
I don't
was
know you.
dribbled
No.
down the aisle.
I don't know you. If you gamble and lose, I don't know you.
The vanilla scented disinfectant used only made it smell like vanilla shit.
That's bare butters, bro.
Would you go back on that?
For all you know, he could have been holding it for bare time, just holding it, trying to get it a thing, and then he got up, tripped, tried to stop his face from slamming into the floor, and then he had to let it go. These type of
or maybe,
and then he blamed it on
maybe-
communism. Those jokes, bro.
taking it back to one of the earlier episodes, maybe his butt plug fell out.
I was watching this one, came across it on either IG or Twitter, and this dude was talking about how his wife was riding him reverse cowgirl.
Yeah.
She let some gas out, and his brother's wedding ring popped out.
Oh.
Yeah, bro. Would you do in that type of scenario? It's just sitting on your belly button, just boop, rolls into the crevice of your belly button, and you're like, what the hell is that? Oh, I wish I saved the post. I legit wish I saved the post. Oh, I'd be cracking up when I saw it. There's a lot of gambling and losing on the show.
But you know what? It's better to gamble and lose than be that guy that died of constipation.
Never gambled at all.
No, because then be that guy that died of constipation because he never gambled. There was a guy in like 2012 that died suddenly in hospital because of constipation.
Right.
His belly was the size of a woman who was 40 weeks pregnant.
40.
Yeah.
Big.
Apparently, so this is 2012. He had constipation since 99.
What? So hold on. What do you mean?
And he was in like a
no,
supported living facility in 2010.
No, bruv, that's 11 years.
Apparently, he had 10 kilograms of feces in his bowels.
But surely he's getting some of it out, right? Because he's definitely eating more than.
I'm sure it is because, like, it's still though 10 kilos of that.
What's he eating
You know
for
what?
that to happen?
I
bruv?
bet the guy on the plane was like that guy that just got it popping off just
It's fine,
before he
there's
gets
nothing
to
you
that
could do
stage.
about it.
Run down the aisle just so
It's just dripping
so it
down
doesn't
one
stay in
thing,
just one
territory.
place. Or it was one of those like jet propelled.
And he just
propelled
fired
to the other side.
Oh, that's buzz. All right, I've got a question for you.
Right.
I tweaked it because I didn't like the original. I'll tell you the original, but at the same time, I kind of feel like mine's a slightly better version. you become immortal.
Right.
You get sent back in time, and your
Yeah.
mortality resumes today. So you're immortal up until this point, and then you continue
Right.
on with your life as normal. However,
Right.
you get sent back in time with Wolverine / Deadpool quick healing type powers.
Okay.
So you're feeling pain, whatever happens to you, if you lose an arm, if you get stabbed, whatever happens, you're feeling it. This is where my one difference from the original, because the original made you immune to everything.
Yeah. Well, then you're just like, whenever, just send me back to the beginning. I want to see the Big Bang.
Pause. So then, I don't know if I'm going to add the food into the question, but you can add it if you could answer it if there's a food question. Because you're an immortal, you don't need to eat.
Yeah.
However,
Right.
like in our zombie talk, you still need energy. So you have to eat for energy, but not to survive.
Right. That's
And
complicated.
the time you get flown back in,
Yeah.
dinosaur times, 200 million years ago. Are you
But-
taking that? Are you taking
I
the
don't think so,
immortality?
because here's the reason why I don't think so. One, that comet or whatever killed them is gonna hurt for a while, because you know that wasn't like a poof and that's it, they're all gone. It was just like no matter what it was, it would have dragged out for a while before things go back to normal.
Okay.
So you're like reliving your death every now and then whenever you put yourself back together, right? Except you're not dying.
True. And you're feeling the pain.
Yeah.
This is what made it different. This is why I had to change it, because I feel like if you were immortal and you didn't feel it, you'd be like, no, this is sick. Fireworks.
Yeah. Do I also have like Wolverine's
You do not.
or Deadpool's powers, or am I just me?
No, you're you, so you've healed up, so you don't have your hip and your back are perfectly fine and your knee because you've healed up.
I'm going back to 1960s where I can play basketball.
You don't only
Show
white
them
guy.
how it's done.
They didn't pay against black people.
Like today, I saw something perplexing. I saw a black dude with a Larry Bird jersey on.
You don't see that.
That is, you don't see that at all.
I want to say I've never seen it, but I'm not sure.
I think this
That's
might be something you're more likely to see in the UK than anywhere else, because
Yeah,
you might not
yeah,
even know who Larry Bird is.
He might just like the green top.
Yeah.
True story. I mean, to be fair, if you want to play ball in the 60s, you
Yeah.
have at least 200 million years to practice. So you can get into shape, you can run, you can do pull-ups off trees, you can swing in the jungle like Tarzan, because it's inevitable, but 200 million
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
I mean, your secondary option is you don't take it.
No, I think I'd still take it, because I'd be like the what you
Alright.
call that immortal guy in the what you call it, in Highlander.
All right, but think about this though. There's no
Yeah.
internet unless you figure out how to invent it, but then it's just
Yeah.
you. So who's just gonna be posting and liking your own comments? Bro, think about it. 200 million years.
Yeah,
This ain't 10 years. You're gonna lose your mind after 1,000 years.
yeah, that is true.
Can
So
you
for
train
example, right? Yeah, that would be. What if you find out that dinosaurs were a lot more intelligent and they just capture you and do experiments on you?
And the nuclear bomb
like-
was the reason. It's
'cause
not a
I-
meteor.
Yeah.
It's literally a nuclear bomb that went horribly wrong.
Yeah, I remember reading this sci-fi book from like Asimov, which was one of the classic people to write sci-fi. In one of his stories, he wrote about the dude was time traveling, and he time traveled back to see the dinosaurs, and he found out that there were some little dinosaurs that the bones didn't actually survive because they were too small, but they were running everything because they were like super intelligent.
That sounds
They're the ones
sick.
that caused the actual catastrophes in the end.
That sounds sick. I don't know. I mean, that's a possibility, but this is what you're risking. And then the
Yeah.
reality of it is, now that we've advanced in our heads, because we grew up accepting
Yeah.
lizards,
Mm.
that's what they're like, but they're more like birds. So if you can train a crow, there's no reason why you can't train a dinosaur.
That's true. However, the
Yeah, you're going to lose a lot
is-
of arms.
Yeah,
You're going to lose a lot of arms. But they grow back, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, as long as I can do my this is the thing. As long as I can use my, I'm gonna
I use
tell
my
you
arms for stuff.
because I'm on my own. As long as you can do your master dating, which is a phrase I've learned recently.
Say quagmire on the internet. We're going to
No,
be hench
no,
for
it's-
200 million
Ma-
years.
Master dating is basically taking yourself out on a date, then coming home and rubbing one out or in, depending on what gender you are. Or what gender you identify as. So you're going to a cinema, coming back home.
You're not
and
going
"Yep,
anywhere. Where you going, bro? There's no cinema. Just gonna go to that tree there.
that is one thing to take into account. Like you ain't finding any for a while.
I had to Google it.
Hmm.
Modern humans, as we know them,
Yeah.
the first people that were seen as humans, 180,000 years,
Okay.
which in the grand scheme of 200 million is not big.
But yeah. Also, about
What?
70-ish thousand years ago, or 75,000 years ago, that was the super volcanoes.
Yeah, but I don't bother you.
Erupted.
I mean, it's gonna hurt you
Well,
because it's gonna burn. but
It killed about 60 to 90% of human population at that time. So it's gonna be messing with you differently.
what we see
Well-
as modern day humans have only been around for like 60k years. So technically, a huge chunk of people that would have died were not technically considered modern day humans. They were considered the previous.
Yeah. Another thing to consider. So say you go back to like Roman times or so, right?
You're going to be running stuff. I don't really care. The whole point is, how do you survive from the beginning for the 199 million years or so? 99.9. That's a long time.
That is
Once modern humans come along, you're literally a god. You can be Genghis Khanin it up in this, where like 10% of the population is related to you.
Like you're the original human being.
You could literally be the original, bro. But then if you're the original, it's going to cause you problems because, you know, you're going to end up clapping cheeks of your relatives. I mean, in 100,000 years, it's bound to happen. So just how far down the line are you going to be? And then the thing is, is like with your knowledge now of weaponry, of whatever, and the fact that your body is going to be in such peak condition because you're not going to have fast food. You're going to have to be walking everywhere until someone decides to invent transport. You can run for cardio. Can't really.
I mean, realistically, you can invent your transport, but would you be able to tame any animal apart from a cat?
No, I reckon I could because you got a ton of time, bro. You're gonna figure out eventually. Couple of arms down the line, couple of missing fingers, they'll grow back. You're figuring it out.
Yeah, it's true.
Because
and then
the
downside of that could be if the animal starts figuring out that it does grow back, he might just keep you there, just keep eating you, waiting till you grow back, eating you.
There was the Russian scientist. What he did was he got foxes. He'd capture foxes. And then foxes that responded positively to humans, he let them carry on and live. And then foxes that didn't respond positive to humans, he basically ended them. So eventually, within time, he ended up with a bunch of friendly to human foxes. And it didn't even take that long for him to do it. You see what I mean? So there's absolutely nothing stopping you from domesticating something, even if it takes you 1,000 years. That's not that big in the grand scale of things. Like the Jurassic period was like, what, how many millions of years? You could 100% have pet triceratopses and pet T-Rexes and pet whatever.
All you have to do is like take an egg or two.
Yeah, raise it.
Pick the one that doesn't bite you. Yeah. You could.
And then if you learn how to build a fire from scratch, you get it popping off. You know how much you'd advance human civilization. The first humans are born and you're like, yo, this is the fire thing. This is how it works. By the time it comes back to your time, I mean, to be fair, you could come back to nothingness because it could have advanced so much time, but by the time it comes back, you've ended it. But
that is a possibility.
You also have the ability to just end stuff because if someone goes against you, you can go after them, heal up, and then call it a day. You can have all sorts of martial arts. You become a ninja. You could do all sorts of Shaolin stuff. You can do all the previous stuff. You can partake in the Battle of Hastings. You could just control the Roman Empire because you run up in Caesar and just bitch slap him like, shut up, this is my place, bro.
That's a possibility. That wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, the only issue would be just learning the languages because, you know, even if you go back like a few hundred years, even if you go back...
original, you can start the language.
True.
They could literally be speaking English. But like, this means that we're not playing this game.
I feel like I would deliberately confuse it. I bet that's what happened. The person actually did that, and then they were like, "Do I teach them English?" Nah, I just deliberately confuse it. Like use random words for everything, and everyone speaks a different language.
So you could literally have everyone speaking English as the main language, and then they can learn whatever they want to learn, but their main language is going to be English. That being said, I was watching this thing where they were like, how the English language developed in England. Bro, I don't understand anything until modern times.
Yeah.
If you go back 1,000 years ago, you're not going to know what they were talking about. If you go back even 200 years ago, it might be a different language. It will sound more like Celtic or Gaelic or Welsh. You're like, you have no idea what they're saying. It's a whole other language.
Yeah.
Even though it's part of the UK, bro.
Realistically, the language of the kings and stuff in England, even in England, was French till like 14th century.
I saw a thing about that. That's why if you look at what we eat is different from what the name of the food is. So for example, pig is the English word, but when you eat pork, which is the French word. Cow is the English word, but when you eat beef, which is the French word. And that's how, like, I can see that, but you could just slap a dude, be like, nah, there'll be none of that bonjour stuff here. We speak in English out here.
Bonjour, you easy things to render monkeys.
When But this is what I'm saying. I think I'd take it, but you'd have to figure out how to deal with the boredom, bro. Because that
The boredom.
200 million is a lot. If you put it in,
That-
like 1 million is a lot. Think about it, bro. 1 million is massive.
Yeah.
And if you go back 1 million, there's no people there for you, bro. You still have to wait 900,000 years before you come across a human.
Yeah, millionaires is a long time.
So 200 million?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough call, bro. I don't know. I think I'm still doing it. I'm going to probably lose my shit. And I think it'll come to a point where by the time humans are all around, I'll be ready to end it. Or you get back to today where you gain your immortality. Oh, now I've had enough.
Yeah.
You just end it on the day you become mortal again. Let's do one quick one and wrap it up.
All right. I'll do it. Yes. This is news about our dearly beloved alphabet community. So, trans women banned from World Chess events while review takes place. Chess Association is taking a review, which could take up to 2 years, to review whether trans women have unfair advantage in chess.
Surely this is one of the last sports you should be looking at.
But realistically, how
Like
many
that
female chess players have there
thing-
been?
I don't know, the one that on Netflix, the Queen's Gambit one.
Yeah, but I think they over-exaggerated that. She was baller, but I think they kind of obviously made it a bit more
Netflix.
movie. Yeah, because they had
Fair
to
enough.
make a movie out of it. So yeah, but yeah, still though.
All right, certain sports, yeah. So for example, snooker, darts, chess,
Yeah.
shooting.
Yeah, there's literally no reason.
There's no reason for them to have separate categories. They should have
No.
separate categories, but then they should also have a mixed category and just add another event. What's the other one? The bowl thing. Was it called curling? Bowling? I mean,
Bowl.
is that technically?
Yeah, curling too.
Well, curling's balls on
It's like
ice.
yeah, exactly. There's literally no reason why you would have gender differences
Also,
in that, right?
I'm assuming with the brush, the women should do better curling.
Maybe that's why it's split.
Unfair
Maybe they
advantage.
do better.
The patriarchy is keeping them down. We can't have them winning over guys.
Apart from curling.
Better keep it separate. We can't have women winning over guys in anything. Separate this curling right now. What was the reasoning that kicked this thing off?
I think it's just the general craziness of obviously the times where they're reviewing. I mean, do you reckon they test for PEDs in chess as well? Because if this is an issue,
Like Adderall.
I don't know. No, testosterone.
You see what I mean, though? It'll be anything that makes you focus. So, what was it like that mushroom coffee that they're selling on Instagram? Adderall, was it not modafinil? It's Modfil, Modler, Makeler, all of that. The focus-related CBD.
Yeah.
Would they allow you to be coked up?
I don't know.
Do you see what I mean? Or is that going to be like you're going to be too annoying? Like, hurry up!
It might be like,
Super fast at speed chess.
there you go. So, anti-doping rules for chess includes modafinil,
Aha, called it.
methylphenidate, whatever that is, and caffeine.
Oh, so you wake up late, you have to hold it.
Yeah.
You can't have coffee. Wait, that's your limit, all right? Let me ask you this. What if I have a pre-workout and don't
No,
work
right.
out? Because that's going to show up, right? Because obviously a pre-workout has got, what, 200 milligrams of caffeine?
Yeah.
What's the cut?
Yeah.
It has to be cut off.
There
They
must be like a basic amount, right? I mean, there must be like some amount they're testing for.
Do you feel sleepy watching another person play chess? You seem suspicious. I say we call it on that note.
I say we do like, subscribe, and do all the YouTube things. Yeah.
Call it.